Om Sai Ram, everyone. Today's episode is going to be a bit long one, but we are going to cover some very important topics in this episode. I won't delay much, but to give you a pre-cap of what we are going to discuss about, we are going to discuss about Guru Charitra briefly. Then we are going to read a chapter named Diversity and Absolute Likeliness. It's about Shree Swami Samarth. And then we are going to learn about Sri Datta Maharaj and his incarnations. So these are three key chapters we are going to address today. And without further ado, I would like to start. Guru Charitra. The description of the miraculous works of Sripad Sri Vallabh and Narasimha Saraswati, the incarnations of Lord Dattatreya, are narrated in the metrically composed OV form of poetry in the book called Guru Charitra, written by Saraswat Gangadhar. This book is considered as spellbound Guru Charitra. Guru Charitra is thoroughly read and recited by the devotees in a prescribed manner. Innumerable devotees have attained wonderful and miraculous experiences by reading Guru Charitra. Saraswat Gangadhar, the descendant of Nagnath, the son of Sayam Dev, composed this book in the year 1440 as per the Hindu calendar and in the year 1518 as per the Gregorian calendar. Due to Lord Dattatreya and his incarnations and the recitation of Guru Charitra, innumerable miserable and distressed devotees have been emancipated. Expressing diversity and absolute likeliness. The devotees of Lord Dattatreya have strong belief that Akkalkot Nivasi Shree Swami Samarth and Sri Narasimha Saraswati Swami are one and the same. Why so? There are logical reasons behind this. Sri Narasimha Saraswati manifested almost during the year 1300 as per the Hindu calendar, which is roughly year 1378 as per the Gregorian calendar. Then he disappeared in the Patal Ganga and appeared in the Kadalivan as we discussed in the previous chapter. So this was precisely during the year 1459 as per the English calendar and 1380 as per the Hindu calendar. When Shree Swami Samarth was in Akkalkot, on hearing his fame, a European advocate desired for his darshan. Therefore, he travelled all the way from Kolkata to meet his Parsi friend at Akkalkot. After taking the darshan, he asked Akkalkot Swami Maharaj, "Which place do you belong to?" Shree Swami Maharaj replied, "First I started from Kadalivan at Shree Shaila mountain. While wandering about, I visited a city like Kolkata. While wandering in Bengal, I got the blessings of Ma Kali. Again, while wandering on the banks of Ganga Mata, I visited innumerable holy places like Haridwar, Kedarnath, Gangotri, Badrinath, Ayodhya, Dwarka, and then I reached the banks of Godavari river. Then I visited Hyderabad. I was in Mangalveda for a number of years. Then, after visiting Pandharpur, Begampur, I reached Mohol village. After a few days, I came to Akkalkot. Now I have settled in Akkalkot." When a gentleman by name Karve from Pune inquired, Sri Swami Samarth replied, "I am a Yajurvedi Brahmin. My name is Narasimha. I belong to Kashyap Gotra and mean Rashi." Gangapur is the principal place of Sri Narasimha Saraswati. Once when a worshipper from Gangapur came to Akkalkot, Sri Swami Samarth asked him, "What is the name of your deity?" That worshipper replied, "He is known as Sri Narasimha Saraswati." Then Sri Swamiji said, "My name is Narasimha. Once people from Narsimhawadi the sacred grove of Sri Narasimha Saraswati, came to Akkalkot to take the blessings of Shree Samarth. They asked, Swami, who are you? Then Swami replied, Mool Purush, Vatka Vriksh, Dattanagar. Sri Narasimha Saraswati himself had told his devotees to go to Akkalkot, which indicates the absolute likeness between Shree Swami Samarth and Sri Narasimha Saraswati. In Mumbai, there was an elderly person by name Sri Krishna Bua, alias Thakur Das Baba. He was suffering from leprosy. At the end of his pilgrimage, he reached Gangapur. He had brought musk with him to offer the same at the Nirgun Padukas of Sri Narasimha Saraswati Swami. However, in the meantime, he had a vision in his dream. Go to Akkalkot and take the darshan of Shree Swami Samarth. Then he came to Akkalkot. In this confusion, he forgot to offer the musk at the lotus feet of Shree Swami Samarth. When Shree Swami Samarth saw him, he spoke, Bring that musk which you have brought for me at once. A gentleman by name Vitthalrao Toll was suffering from severe stomach pain. As per his father's, Chittopant Toll's advice, he came to Akkalkot to take the darshan of Shree Swami Samarth. After taking the darshan, he planned to visit Gangapur since he lacked devotion towards Shree Swami Samarth. Though forbidden, he went to Gangapur and stayed there for nearly 2.5 years rendering his service. Eventually, he got a visionary insight to go back to Akkalkot and render devotional service. Another devotee, Chittopant Appatol, the father of this Govindrao whom we were talking about, was suffering from demoniac possession. Hence, he went to Akkalkot and stayed there rendering devotional service to Sri Swami Samarth. His son Govindrao asked Sri Swami, Is it that your honorable presence also felt at the Bhima Amaraja Sangam? Sri Swami replied, Yes, I am also present there. Once Govindrao got a vision in his dream that in the temple of Sri Narasimha Saraswati at Gangapur, Sri Swami Samarth in person is seated, shining with splendor and wearing the Nirgun Padukas of Sri Narasimha Saraswati. Maloji Raje Bhosle, the then king of Akkalkot, initially a devotee of Sri Narasimha Saraswati, would go to Gangapur to attend the celebration there. He got a visionary insight where Sri Guru told him, I have already come to reside in Akkalkot, your kingdom. Then why do you come here to Gangapur? From that day onwards, King Maloji Raje started rendering devotional service to Sri Swami Samarth in Akkalkot. A Brahmin was suffering from acute stomach pain. He went to Narasimhavadi and vowed in the front of the deity of Sri Guru to offer pedhas worth 1 rupee 25 paisa. Once his stomach pain gets cured, he took a vow. By the kind grace of Sri Guru, he was cured from his stomach pain. But he forgot to fulfill his promise. After about 10 years, he came to Akkalkot for some work and then went to pay his obeisance to Sri Swami Samarth. On seeing this Brahmin, Sri Swami Samarth angrily uttered a slang which can't be uttered due to community guidelines, that you have forgotten the pedas. A Brahmin earned a huge profit in the stock market. He didn't have any children. He had gone to Gangapur along with his family and vowed in the front of deity Sri Guru that if he gets a child, he would offer food for 1,000 people. Eventually he got a son, but due to slackness in the stock market, he lost heavily and he died due to severe shock. His wife, the Brahmin lady, became severely worried as to how would she be able to fulfill the promise made to Sri Guru. Someone suggested her to go to Gangapur and render devotional service to Sri Guru. After a few days of rendering devotional service at Gangapur, she got a visionary insight advising her to go to Akkalkot and offer food to Shree Swami Samarth so that her promise would get fulfilled. Finally, the Brahmin lady came to Akkalkot, stood shyly in front of Shree Swami Samarth. Shree Swami called her near and spoke, "Arrange meals for me." The Brahmin lady cooked sumptuous food and offered the same to Shree Swami Samarth. Shree Swami ate stomach full, and as a sign of this, he belched. Then he spoke to her, "Your promise of feeding 1,000 people is fulfilled. Now go home." Appa Sahib Subnis from Pune was a rich man. Both the husband and wife were suffering from demoniac possession. They thought of going to Gangapur and render devotional service to Sri Guru. For this reason, they both started their journey from Pune. Akkalkot is on the way to Gangapur. They went to pay obedience to Sri Swami Samarth. When they requested for the permission to go to Gangapur, Sri Swami Samarth said, "You need not go to Gangapur. I shall relieve you both from this demoniac possession." Right away, Sri Swami relieved the couple from demoniac possession. Balappa from Haveri, Karnataka, was a servant of Sri Swami Samarth. Balappa came to Gangapur and started rendering devotional service to Sri Swami Samarth. And while staying in Gangapur, he used to do that from there. Finally, he got a visionary insight that go to Akkalkot for the darshan of Sri Swami Samarth. Then he went to Akkalkot and remained there till the end, rendering devotional service to Sri Swami Samarth. A Brahmin from western Maharashtra had made a promise to Sri Guru, Sri Narasimha Saraswati, that if a son were born to him, he would perform the thread ceremony of the boy at Gangapur. By the kind grace of Sri Guru, the Brahmin got a son. To fulfill his promise, he started to go to Gangapur. On the way to Gangapur, when he reached Akkalkot, he realized that he had spent all his money and there was nothing left to go ahead. Therefore, at Akkalkot, he approached Sri Swami Samarth and prayed to him, "Now going to Gangapur to fulfill my promise is beyond my reach. You are the incarnation of Lord Dattatreya. Kindly allow me to fulfill my promise here itself." Sri Swami accepted his request and the Brahmin performed his son's thread ceremony in Akkalkot itself. A Brahmin named Sridhar from Karnataka suffered from severe stomach pain. He came to Gangapur and started rendering service to Sri Guru. Eventually, he got a visionary insight in his dream, announcing, "Take the juice of the leaves of Sri Puri, which is the neem tree, mixed with dry ginger, rock salt, and your stomach pain will certainly be cured." When he woke up from his sleep, he inquired with the people and the Vaidyas regarding the whereabouts of a neem tree or the Sri Puri tree. However, no one knew about it. So he became worried and remained in Gangapur. After a few days, he got a second visionary insight where Sri Guru himself directed him to go to Akkalkot. Sri Swami Samarth will show you the Sri Puri tree. Then he came to Akkalkot and prostrated at the lotus feet of Sri Swami Samarth and paid his obeisance. Sri Swami spoke to him, "Oh, that neem tree is called as Sri Puri tree. Prepare juice from the leaves of the tree and your pain will get cured." And taking this medicine, the Brahmin was fully cured and returned home happily. One more Brahmin was suffering from severe stomach pain. He went to Narasimha, the holy place of Sri Guru, and thoroughly read the Guru Charitra. Finally, he got a visionary insight from Sri Guru, saying that, "I have taken incarnation as Akkalkot Sri Swami Samarth. Go there and your stomach pain will be cured." Because of this weak health, he rode a horse and went to Akkalkot. At the time of starting his journey, he made a mental resolve that if he reaches Akkalkot safely, he would offer pedhas worth 1 rupee, 25 paise to Sri Swami Samarth. After reaching Akkalkot, he went to Chodappa's house where Sri Swami Samarth was present. Near the entrance of this house, his horse got stuck up. The horse could not feed by any means. Shree Swami Samarth, resting on couch, was observing this. Shree Swami spoke to the Brahmin, "Did you forget the pedha? Worth 1 rupee 25 paise?" The Brahmin immediately brought the pedhas. The horse that was stuck up also got freed, and the kind grace of Shree Swami Samarth cured the Brahmin from his stomach pain. Then he happily returned home. This way, Sri Narasimha Saraswati from his places at Gangapur and Narasimhavadi advised his devotees to go to Akkalkot, and Sri Swami Samarth also agreed to the same and solved all the hardships and agonies of the devotees. This clearly shows beyond doubt that Sri Narasimha Saraswati and Sri Swami Samarth are one and the same entity without any distinction whatsoever. Just like Baba used to say, "What is the necessity of going to Akkalkot? I am very much here, the Swami of Akkalkot in Shirdi." It's the same. A devotee of Sri Swami Samarth named Bavadekar wanted to carry out a religious sacrifice at Narasimhavadi, and so he approached Sri Tembe Swami at Narasimhavadi. We all know Sri Tembe Swami. Sri Tembe Swami told Bavadekar, "Sri Swami Samarth of Akkalkot, your guru, is the incarnation of Lord Dattatreya himself. After taking orders from him, perform the religious ceremony." Hence, certainly it appears from the above that Sri Tembe Swami considered Sri Swami Samarth as Lord Dattatreya himself. Tukojirao Holkar, the king of Indore, by hearing the great fame of Sri Swami Samarth, came to Akkalkot for Sri Swamiji's darshan. After taking darshan of Sri Swami, Tukojirao became highly emotional and he said, "Sri Swami Maharaj, once you had given me darshan on the Mount Abu, and today this is the second time I get your darshan. Lord Dattatreya dwells at Abu mountains as well as in the Girnar mountain." Sri Swami Samarth, along with his disciples, was touring in the villages near Akkalkot. An ascetic, a Gosai, had undertaken religious ceremonials for a number of years to get the darshan of Lord Dattatreya. He came for the darshan of Sri Swami Samarth, and he got the darshan of Lord Dattatreya himself in the form of 3 heads, the Trimukhi form of Dattatreya, 6 hands, holding 3 pointed spike or spear, which is the trident of Lord Shiva, the god, which is the Kamandalu. The ascetic prostrated at the lotus feet of Lord Dattatreya and said, "How can ignorant souls like us know the real identity of your divine form? You are actually the Supreme Being, Lord Dattatreya. I got accomplishment in my life by this very darshan of your divine form." The worshipper of the idols of Rameshwar in Tamil Nadu was collecting money from the pilgrims who wanted to take bath in the holy waters of the Kotikoop Tirth. So he did not allow Sri Swami Samarth to take bath in the holy waters of the Kotikoop. The worshipper became nervous and approached. So he did not allow Swami Samarth, when he went to Rameshwar, to take bath in the Kotikoop. This person who was in charge of it, he prevented Sri Swami of doing so. At this same instance, worms started writhing in the Kotikoop waters, which was earlier a freshwater lake or freshwater well. So this worshipper now became nervous that I did commit a sin, God has punished me. So he went to the Shankaracharya of Sringeri Mutt. Then the Shankaracharya went in a state of samadhi and observed that Sri Swami Samarth is not only an ascetic but in fact an incarnation of Lord Dattatreya himself. After realizing this truth, all the people surrendered to Sri Swami Samarth. Only then the Tirth got purified. Vaman Bua Brahmachari Badodekar was very studious of Vedanta. He wanted to get absorbed in contemplation of Brahma and experience the knowledge given in the Vedanta. Hence, he went to Gangapur and carried out thorough reading of Guru Charitra. Lord Dattatreya himself appeared in his dream and blessed Vaman Bua with the darshan and said, I am personally present in Akkalkot itself. Do not wander. Yashwant Mahadev Bhosekar was a Rigvedi Brahmin. An ascetic gave him visionary insight in his dream, asking him to proceed to Mangalveda, Solapur district in Maharashtra. There he got the darshan of Shree Swami Samarth, and then he prayed, Maharaj, I have fully experienced that you are the incarnation of Lord Dattatreya himself in entirety. Shree Swami Samarth initiated Bhosekar, and the fame of Bhosekar was, as a saintly person, spread in all directions. He was popularly called as Dev Mamlatdar. His tomb is located in Nashik. From all these incidents that we discussed just now, it becomes clear that Shree Swami Samarth Maharaj was the complete incarnation of Lord Dattatreya himself. In this incarnation of Shree Swami Samarth, Sri Narasimha Saraswati had also personally manifested. The manifestation of Lord Dattatreya, Sri Narasimha Saraswati, and Shree Swami Samarth, though taken separately, are but one and the same. They are the three forms of the same manifestation of Lord Dattatreya himself. So, Lord Dattatreya and the different forms of incarnation. Lord Dattatreya was a divine manifestation of the Sanatan Dharma. Sripad Sri Vallabh was an ascetic and he preserved asceticism during his incarnation. Sri Narasimha Saraswati was also an ascetic. He also preserved the religious order of asceticism. In the 14th or 15th century, there was a serious calamity due to the Muslim invasion in India. During this transitory period, Sri Narasimha Saraswati, by his actions, advised Brahmins to carry on the duties as prescribed in the Shastras. Sri Guru gave relief to the lowest category of people from their misery and directed them towards the devotional path. He even enlightened Muslims and the rulers of their period. Later on, in the 18th century, Sri Guru manifested himself in the form of Swami Samarth. This was the transition period of British invasion in India now. And hence Sri Swami Samarth manifested himself in the unusual form of an accomplished ascetic. Therefore, during the period of incarnation, he exerted more importance on good conduct and devotion, that the duties in regard to their 4 castes and 4 stages of life should be carried out. Sri Guru protected people belonging to all religions like Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Parsis, etc. from the 3 sorts of affliction, which is physical or corporeal, material, so like from all sorts of fates. He then explained to them the secret meaning of religions. He also made successful attempts to lead them on the path of devotion. These different incarnations of Lord Dattatreya pervades everywhere. They are very dynamic in nature and prepared for the upliftment of all living beings as and when required. They came to this world and they liberated us. After Swami Samarth came none other than Shree Saibaba of Shirdi. This book also mentions Baba, and with this I end this long episode. I know it was quite overwhelming. A lot of information was conveyed through this special episode, but I'm sure this will benefit all of you. If you listen to this podcast or the video twice or maybe thrice, you will relish these leelas. These short leelas are very powerful and meaningful. With this, I end this chapter, and in the next episode, we are going to start fully with the manifestation of Shree Swami Samarth and his life ahead. Finally, after starting this series, after so many months, we are finally entering the main part of this series, the name itself, the life of Shree Swami Samarth. So with this, I end this episode. Om Sai Ram.